using the van as my studio today to do another quick film photography vlog. Haven't done one for a month or so, and it's a camera which another one to the collection. A nice camera actually. It's a Ricoh SLR. It's the Ricoh KR-10M, and it came out in 1990. It came out at a time when SLR cameras in the late 80s and 90s, before the digital revolution, they were becoming very sophisticated. In fact, using a film camera from this era is as easy, in my opinion, as using a digital camera, a digital DSLR. Yeah, Ricoh were a sort of niche player in the film market, really. You had the big boys like Olympus, Nikon, Pentax, Canon. Ricoh were one of those makes like Cosina and Petri, and one of them smaller players, but they were a well-respected camera. The reviews online of this particular camera are very good. It gets generally 4 out of 5 stars. It's a nice solid camera. This is in good condition. This was £25 on eBay, and with the lens, and really nice. I'm very pleased with it actually. I've been using it. In fact, I used it as soon as I got it in the morning. I took it out with Fergus. We went for a walk. It was a hot day that we had recently, and I took some landscapes, and that evening I took it to a gig in Llangollen and tried some long exposures. Yeah, it came out in 1990. It uses the K mount, which Pentax and a few other cameras, I think Cosina, used. The K mount was quite popular for a while. I'm not sure if it's still used, to be perfectly honest. Just uses it's fully electronic. It's not a manual camera, wind on. It does everything for you. And in that respect, it's a very good camera for somebody, a novice who wants to get into film photography. A lot of novices seem to have problems putting films in the camera. They stick the film in, put it in the sprocket, wind it on, shut the back, wind on, shoot, and then at the end of the day, they wonder why there's no film being taken, because they haven't made sure, 100% sure that it's wound on properly. You should wind on a couple of times, shoot, to make 100% certain that it's in the sprockets. But this is dead easy. I'm not going to open the back because I've got a film in, but you just open the back, place the film one side, pull the film across to an arrow, close the back, and it automatically winds on. At the end of the film, it automatically winds back into the cassette. So dead easy, as easy as a digital camera. Just stick the film in and it does it all for you. As I say, it's DX coded, so it'll ascertain the film speed, the ASA, so you're okay there. It just uses 4 standard AA batteries for power, which are easy and cheap to obtain. Yeah, it's an aperture priority camera. That is, you choose the aperture and the camera chooses the speed. It does have the potential to override and go into fully manual, or you can set it on a P register here, a P mode, and that does everything for you, even the speed. So aperture and speed are chosen for you. I won't be using it in manual. I'll use it as an aperture priority. It's quite easy to use. If I just switch it on, it'll come on the viewfinder on the top, just like digital cameras, and yeah, it'll tell me, well, it's telling me now what's it on. It's on 11, so if I drop it back to 5, what's it telling me now? It's telling me the speed would be 8. Drop it back, that's 15. So less than 30, you should use a tripod, really. I've got a camera light on, but I am in a, well, not exactly the dark, but the light is subdued, so I've noticed on this camera it gives you about 10 seconds to change things. You switch it on, the mode button, it doesn't have a dial, you have a mode button here where you press through the modes, and that gives you about 10 seconds. Then it's set, it's locked basically, so you got to do it within about the first 10-15 seconds perhaps. So yeah, switch it on. Where's the on? The on-off button is there. The mode dial is there. The self-timer is there. So basically you want to flick through the modes. You've got multiple shots, and it's got double exposures, which is a nice little option to have. It means that you can set it on double exposures, and you can take a shot and the film won't advance. So you can take another shot on the same frame, which is a really nice creative option to have actually. I like double exposures. There's all sorts you can do with double exposures. Yes, you press to take a self timer. Basically, you don't press the button here. You press the self timer button itself, and that gives you 10 seconds. Of course, it's manual focus. Yes, manual focus. Which, as I say, it's not autofocus like modern digital cameras. You got to do the spade work yourself. Yeah, the Ricoh had a bit of a niche market, and this particular camera was aimed at the serious amateur, not a professional, obviously, but the serious amateur that wants to take good quality pictures. So certainly it would fall outside of the lomography. It's a serious camera, it's not a lomography camera, although I have seen photographs taken by this camera on the lomographic organisation's website. Yeah, it's a camera which, if you're looking for a film camera, first film SLR camera, and this is a good option. It's cheap. You'll pick them up quite cheap, between £20 and £40 probably. If you can get one in a good condition, this looks like it hasn't been used a lot actually. And I've just bought, this is I think it's a 50-200 zoom lens that's on this at the moment. Yeah, I've just ordered a Petri lens, lens, a 50mm lens, to save lugging the zoom lens around. So and that was only about £15. So yeah, lenses and the camera itself are quite cheap, so they're a good option for somebody looking for a film SLR camera. Say I've got a film in at the moment, a Fuji 200, only a 24 exposure, so I want to get it shot and developed. I'm doing my own colour developing at the moment. Yeah, so that's it really. That's the Ricoh KR-10M SLR camera from 1990. 30 years old, but it's a nice little, well, I'm gonna say little camera. It's quite a beast really. It's quite heavy, especially with this big lens on. But it feels good. It feels solid, and it's a nice grip actually. If you can see, got a nice comfortable grip. Feels really good in the oh, put the cap on. Yeah, it has a nice grip, and it feels really good in the hand. And yeah, I think I'll be using this a lot actually. So there you are, quick look at the Ricoh KR-10M, and I'm gonna enjoy using it. Just get a good feel about it, good vibes. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you found it interesting. See you then.